you guys took your time then, huh? You weren't there for Play with the Changes. You weren't there. All of a sudden, she's getting a lot of hype with this new one, and you weren't there. You should have been there. That was a great album, one of the best of the year it came out, and you guys missed out. Missed out on it, man. But I'm very glad to see there's a lot more hype for Rochelle Jordan this time around, because I've been championing her for a few years. And yeah, I've been a big fan of what she's doing. The crossover of dance and R&B has been very exciting to see, and I think it's one of the best of its kind. I think there's a nice amount of musicians at the moment that are touching on these sounds, that are blending these genres together and have been doing it very well for a few years. You could point at Tinashe or Kalela as being a good few examples, but Rochelle Jordan's been one of the ones that's like under the radar, that needs way more love, and is kind of at the top of the list when it comes to making these genres come to life together in such a great way. But there are, like I say, there are lots of great artists that are combining these sounds together right now. I think Machine Drum is also becoming a bit of an underrated producer, as he is kind of being a part of a lot of these sounds for a lot of these artists. You've also got KLSH, I think is, I don't know how you say it. You say it like Clash, who's all over this album too. You've also got Kate Trinada, who's kind of like a big, like, I guess, godfather of this sound. You know, his 2010s work has become quite seminal now, looking back. You know, some really one-of-a-kind albums there. And yeah, I think from that album, from that era onwards, we've had a lot of artists that have wanted to replicate that vibe. And yeah, I think that kind of lives in the spirit of what Rochelle Jordan does. And obviously he's on production on, I think, 1 or 2 songs here too. But Through the Wall, for me, is amplifying everything that makes Rochelle Jordan's music so good to like a whole new level. It just takes it that one step further with how exciting and rhythmic and groovy and infectious the entire album is from front to back. It's an hour long, and yet there isn't like a moment wasted, really. Like, you feel like you're locked into this sound for the entire runtime, and it's just so fun and never wastes a beat. A moment is never wasted. A track doesn't feel like it's out of place. There isn't a point where I feel like one song is just like dragging down the momentum. The momentum is kept to such a high level from start to end. It's high energy. It's so exciting. It's really one of the best dance albums we've had in quite a few years, to be honest with you. That really great album from Distract from a few months ago is still up there, one of the best dance albums of the year, which you should bloody be checking out, by the way. Listen to that right now. Well, watch me first, and then listen to that. Like the video, and then do that, okay? If that's okay. If you don't mind, that'll be great, thank you. But yeah, that is up there as well. But I think in terms of like combining these elements together, house, garage, two-step, R&B, I think this is definitely one of the best of its kind of the past 4 or 5 years, easily. In fact, Play with the Changes was already one of the best of its kind, and this, I think, is better than that. So there you go. That kind of shows you what kind of praise I'm giving here. It is really that good. La-di-da, got this great hook, really, really groovy, and then it like hits this point where Rochelle like speeds up with her flow, and she's kind of almost rapping, so it becomes like a hip house song. It's so fun. Some with this bustling beat, which, to be fair, a lot of the tracks have bustling beats, so I could say that about a lot of songs, really. Doing It Too, which is this club-ready banger. It feels like it's pulled straight out of the Crystal Waters playbook with that melody that comes through towards the end of the song. Sounds fantastic, man. Never Enough as well. She always knows how to find the exact right pockets she needs to. Like on this track particularly, she, knows how to slow it down. She goes for a more sultry voice. Then she knows how to, speed things up. She knows how to kind of like just fit the beat perfectly. The beats sometimes will switch up ever so slightly, and she just changes her voice the perfect amount to match it. She can just sing basically over any beat. She sounds so good all the time. The Boy is another example. Very playful, very, very fun. and yet, yeah, she knows how to fit this style of production so nicely and switches it up for other tracks as well. A really great example of that also is Words to Say, which is basically making you think you're just getting an R&B cut. There are some R&B cuts on this album, but this track particularly switches up into this like garage beat, kind of out of nowhere. It's so good. Again, that machine drum influence has got to be coming through on tracks like this, because yeah, that feels very much in his style of music. Yeah, and again, she kind of knows how to switch up her vocals for that part of the song. It sounds so great. Crave goes for a more saucier sound in terms of like the beat and the lyrics. You know, it's got this really chewy, sexy beat, and then she comes through with some very, very, very saucy lyrics. Really reminds me a lot of Renaissance from Beyonce, where again she had this really playful energy. She had these really like saucy lyrics and very sexual, explicit lyrics throughout. This track kind of teaches on that a little bit. I'm thinking about it more, like, yeah, that comparison makes a lot of sense. Have we had an album that combines all these elements in such a good way since Renaissance? Because I thought that album was such a masterclass in combining dance, house, Afro house, and Afro beats, and you know, R&B, and you know, the classic sounds of, you know, dance music from the 80s and the 90s. Like, it did all of that effortlessly. And now we have Rochelle Jordan doing it here. And I do think, yeah, is this the first album since then that has done this sound so much justice? It might just be. Around, the closing track also fits that bill nicely too. Yeah, just all around a pretty damn great album. Close to Me has this really atmospheric sound to it, which I really love. It's very icy house sounding track. Love it. And the whole thing, man, yeah, is just great. Infectious, groovy, all the words you could imagine can be attached to this. It's just so much fun. It's so enjoyable. Rochelle is an absolute powerhouse of a performer. Kills it on any type of beat across this entire thing. Just needs way more attention and love. Like, what else can you bloody do to get attention when you're making music this good? Come on. Give her props. Now. Do it! It's got to be in like a top 4 conversation for me as of right now for the year. I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10. I think it's fantastic. I think, yeah, the runtime is justified. I think a lot of tracks you do get a very similar vibe, a very similar feeling, a very similar sound. So there's no point in me talking about every single song, because I think a lot of them hit that same beat. But, oh God, when it's done this well, man, I cannot complain. So good. One of the best of the year. Please check it out. Just the exact kind of album I needed. Yeah, so good. Please listen to it. Let me know your thoughts if you have heard it in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Check out our other work too. You guys were sleeping on that for too long, but this album's got a little bit more attention this time around, which I'm very happy to see. So check that out as well. Have a good day. Subscribe, and goodbye.